everybody, how's it going today? It's Frankie here, and wow, that was quite an entertaining game to say the least, and that fourth goal just was crucial. And if you wonder where my microphone is, I decided not to use it because I'm a little bit ill, a little bit sick. I'm coughing, so I do apologize if I will cough for either some or most part of this video. But I had to make this video now because I might end up forgetting the goals in this video, so that's why it's best to do it now and get out of the way. Plus it shows commitment and dedication basically. So yeah, where do I start? Where do I begin? It was that was an entertaining game, apart from near the end where we held on just a bit. But let me break the game down. First few minutes, brilliant start. Well, good start as in created chances. A cross came in from Diallo. Fernandez with like a poor header which went wide. We had another opportunity where I think Cunha was in the box and he didn't really cross it properly, just hit the side netting. And then I think Sesko opportunity, I think that might have came in after we scored somewhere, but yeah. But then Brighton sort of came back into it. Not in a sense of like they sort of actually played better and they were just matching us, and they sort of woke up a bit. They had a moment where they made Lamins make a save. I know opportunity where they had a shot that went wide. Yeah, and then at the moment from like where this player Minter, is it Barbet or something like that? He went through, and all these United players hurried in and sort of defended very well to put him off. So yeah, that might have came where he scored as well. But then we tell you about the first goal. Cunha, at long last, he gets a goal. I think that's his first goal in the league this season. Finally, the main man, probably probably the best player on the pitch for us. This is his first goal. He gets a goal that he's been been waiting for. Just brilliant right there. And I got to say, there's a moment where before that goal went in, we should have had a penalty. And I don't necessarily blame refs that much in my videos. Probably made the odd time or tiny odd moment here and there. But there's a time where the referee wasn't really given anything. And there's a point where Diallo was cutting in. And I thought he got fouled in the penalty box. Anyone on the pitch that gets given as a foul. But then I saw comments on social saying, oh, he got the ball. But I saw other comments saying he didn't get the ball. I don't know. I have to look at it again because it didn't look like a foul to me. I don't know what the replay showed. He might have got a tiny nick on the ball, which is fair enough. But I don't know. The fact that the referee didn't check it was something else. And another part where Embremo got fouled. I still keep calling him Embremo. I know the way it's spelled, it sounds like Embumo. I think it's meant to pronounce Embremo, but just correct me if I'm wrong on that one. But yeah, Embremo gets into a box. A Brighton player sort of obstructs him a bit, but when I saw the replay, he was going down a bit too easily. That's understandable. That's fair enough. So yeah, the second goal wasn't exactly Cunha-esque right there, because Cunha's finish was brilliant in the bottom corner. The second goal, it came from Casemiro, and it got deflected into a net, and we deserved that. I feel like we were just slightly the better team in that first half. I know Brighton were, just trying to match us. But as soon as we got the first goal, we just clicked into gear and got the second, which was deserved. Casemiro was alright in the game. He got headers in, he won duels, he passed well. Probably a tiny bit more better passing, but other than that, it's not much I can say about the first half. Should have went in 3-0. That's when Sesko had his opportunity, which I mentioned earlier. Yeah, should have made it 3. Unluckily, he didn't. I can't remember I don't think we have any other moments there, but yeah, it was just an easy half, basically, you could say. Brighton had moments, but they didn't get anywhere with it. Second half, a similar sort of game. We had a moment there, Bumo, I think there's a shot there which got saved. I think there was a moment where the keeper made a save. But then we finally get a third from Embremo, again with a good, is it Embremo? Yeah, Bell with a good finish. Did he get a hat-trick? I think he did get a hat-trick. I didn't realise. I don't think he did. I got to check. I should really keep all this in mind. But yeah, I think it was a Brentwood that got the goal, the third goal right there. And it just basically just great finish into the net to make it 3-0. And it's just okay, cruise control time. It's just brilliant. And then there was a moment where Brighton sort of huffed and puffed for a goal. They played a little bit better in this half. Excuse me, sorry about that. They played a bit better in this half. A Brighton player went through on goal, but he miscontrolled the ball. Dorgu comes in behind him. No contact, unless he clipped his ankle or whatever. Not much contact, he gets a yellow card. I was quite relieved he didn't get sent off for that. Usually referees that would be a sending off. So I was like, what's he giving a foul for? I looked at the replay. I couldn't really see any contact. I mean, maybe he did touch him a little bit. I don't see fouls like that given. That's usually a referee just say, okay, play and just keep going. That was tame. Right, the Brighton player had no control of the ball. The Brighton player was already going down, and then Welbeck gets the goal back for them, which was obviously gifted to them, which puts into the top corner. Well, not top corner. I mean, Lamins had a hand on it. Still, I don't think he could have been able to save it regardless. And that kind of made that kind of made us lose focus. We just kept giving the ball away. Brighton just kept going forward a bit. Lamins had to make a good save at that point. Excuse me. And then the Brighton players had shots that went wide. Well, they had one horrendous shot in the second half. I can't remember who did it, but there was one horrendous shot from them. I was like, it could probably end 3-1 this. The previous times they won at Old Trafford, it ended 3-1 to them. But then they got a second goal back. And I was just thinking, what on earth is going on here? I just got deflated after that. I knew that was going to happen. I didn't think we were going to score fourth. I didn't think we deserved to score again. I certainly thought they probably would get a goal again, but maybe in stoppage time, which that really what did happen, which I think was in stoppage time. It was in stoppage time somewhere around there, about 19 mil, wherever it was. Good header though, but then nobody marked him. Nobody. This is the thing. When the team gets a goal back, that's when the other team sort of loses focus, because we were so in control that when we conceded, we just didn't have a reply back. We just didn't know what else to do. It's like we got stunned by that goal. Bear in mind, Brighton, before they scored the first goal, did not deserve to score. They did cause a bit of problems, but not as many problems as I thought they was going to cause. So after you got that second goal back, we clinged on a bit, but then we started to get a bit of foothold of the game and passing, a bit better this time around, woke up a bit. We saw. I think there's probably another shot somewhere. I can't remember who might have done it, but yeah. But then we got a fourth goal, which was a relief from my face. And again, Embremo from City. I mean, no, that was it. Embremo didn't get a hat trick actually. Did he? I gotta check. No, Embremo didn't get a hat trick. He scored 2 goals. That's my because there's Cunha. Yeah, my bad in that one. Yeah, I can't do anything about. I can't cut that out. But yeah, Burnwell gets a second goal, well into the net. Brilliant finish. That absolutely brilliant striker so far. I bear in mind, we're not that many games in. I get it. We're still in October. This is what we can do. This is a good team Amorim has built. You just got to think the last 3 games, obviously today, and the last 2 games, we faced teams that. Okay, maybe Liverpool wasn't in form then, but you got to admit that the opponents we were facing, bear that in mind. Sunderland, we cruise it. Brighton gave us more problems than Sunderland did, which is crazy. My Sunderland's second place now. We're the only team to beat them this season, and we don't get enough credit for that. So we beat them, cruised it. We won at Liverpool, which nobody has done so this season, and we beat Brighton at home this season, which is our bogey team, which I don't think anybody expected us to beat today, but we did. I kept telling people I don't know how the game's going to go. It looked like it was going either way. I think I've said that to people. It could go either way, and yeah, which it could have done. If it would have ended 3-3, that would have been horrifying. I would have been shocked. If we went at 3-2, I would have been like, it's a win. There you go. Third goal was crucial. But that fourth goal made it even more comfortable at the end right there, because we had a cushion. I know it was at the end of the game. I know it was on the final whistle we got that goal. But at least we got a fourth at the end instead of just hanging on for the 3-2. That's important to get a goal. So that's like 8 goals in 3 games. That's not bad. If only some of the results we had this season were different. If only Fernandes would have got that penalty at Fulham. And that's just that one game. If you only got that penalty there, because every goal matters in these sort of situations. If you would have got that penalty at Fulham, we'll be joint top of Arsenal temporarily. I know it's only temporarily, because you can imagine Arsenal should beat Palace. I think that's the next game too. Yeah, you can imagine Arsenal should beat Palace tomorrow. And you got Brentford and Liverpool that's kicking off in like 10 minutes. So yeah, obviously when I'm making this video, it's going to be 10 minutes till it kicks off anyway. So yeah, and yeah, I don't know where that lack of concentration came from, because Burma got 2 goals. So yeah, I don't know where that lack of concentration came from, but you know what I mean anyway. Look, these strikers, man, are clicking into gear. They really are. It may be early on, and we could, but there's going to be times that we will struggle. There's going to be times like that. But one thing I've got to say is that I did say at the start of the season, I did say somewhere we could be a top 6 team. Not top 6, we could finish in the top 6. I don't know if I said it on a video, but before the season I was like, United could get top 6 or even top 7. Because there's no way they're going to finish worse off than last season. And the players that we brought in already looked good from the start. Arsenal, we should have got a result. Maybe not of one, because of their situation right now, of how they are as a team. A draw would have been satisfactory. But the rest of the games, apart from like City away I could handle. Brentford away and Grimsby away is not acceptable, and they were poor results. Brentford away, we had an opportunity from Fernandes scoring the pen, if we would have scored that penalty. But yeah, look, we could have still lost that game. But the rest of the matches so far, apart from the 2 away league losses, we haven't even looked that bad. That's like a 4th win at Old Trafford out of 5. So when making home form crucial, yeah, we may have a drop off, but it just shows this team are capable of scoring goals. These are the right players we got in. Alvin has got in the perfect players, but there's still things that need to be fixed. We need to focus and not concede some stupid goals. We can allow a free kick going if it's a good goal, but we can't afford to let soppy goals go in. Now, Brighton should not have got a second. That's one thing I don't allow. If you're conceding again from 3-0 up, then that's some poor concentration. So it needs to be a proper structure. But then again, the defenders again, that Shaw defended brilliantly. You got like De Ligt that was absolutely sensational at the back. The substitution that came on were not focused. I think Dorgu was a bit sloppy. I'm a bit iffy on him sometimes. Xerxes that came on, he was okay. Still could have done better. I don't know who came on as the other substitute. I think was it Yo or something like that? No, Aiden Heaven came on, that's it. Aiden Heaven was good. He's got good pace. He's not too bad. Again, this is where we need to make this count. This team are capable of winning something this season. Okay, League Cup. Probably should have done better, to be quite honest with you. But yeah. Excuse me. Bad cough. But yeah, now we've got to focus on the next games, because this team could win the FA Cup. I'm not saying we will, because I do think somebody else will win it. If it was still in the League Cup, I could have said we'll probably have something in that domestically wise. But yeah, I think that Grimsby was probably just one of those things where it was going to be a major upset, like something historic. But yeah, look, there's not much as I can say. I think that's 8 for the game. We could have got more goals. We could have at least got another goal maybe, but 4 goals is about right. I think that's more than clinical enough. The United from years ago would have missed all those chances and probably drawn that game 2-2. We're not being clinical, but we were clinical enough, so we'll allow it. Still need to do a bit better. Our next game away is Forest. Well, next away game is Forest, but that's our next game too. So the away form apart from Anfield is atrocious. I have no confidence in the away games. the home games, yeah, probably might not have that much confidence that way we faced Brighton beforehand. But you know what? The confidence now, I feel like at Old Trafford, it's gonna be hard to actually score that. It's gonna be, well, not just to score loads of goals, but just to actually beat us. You know, Arsenal's the only team that did it, so it just goes to show Old Trafford's gonna become harder for teams to play at now, unless you have like a mad defeat somewhere. But yeah, Forest away, they're not mugs. They beat Porto, right? I know that may not mean anything because it's Sean Dyche's first game. He's not a bad manager. 1-0 would do, but with the way this United team are performing, they should be getting 2 or 3 past Forest. Yeah, you could concede 1, but at least score more goals than that, literally. Because if once Forest gets 1 goal, they could go on to win it. So, yeah, this is what United's capable of. Very happy with the win. Expected, you know, much. Well, we did expect all 3 points. I didn't know how it was going to go, but yeah, the United from the previous 2 games did show up today, so I'm happy. Yeah, there's not much to say about that. If you enjoyed the video, please give a like, comment, share it when you know, subscribe and hit the notification below. As I see you in my next video.